Hello students, welcome to today's computer studies class. Today, we are going to learn about an important ICT gadget called the fax machine. My name is Ozomba Pauline Chinre. I'll be your teacher for today. By the end of today's lesson, students should be able to learn 1. Identify the fax machine and its parts. 2. Explain how it works and list its uses. Looking at the screen, you will see a picture of a fax machine. Pause this video and discuss with a friend. Have you ever seen a document being sent either in your school or in your home? Let's play when you are through. Now, let's quickly go through what a fax machine is all about. A fax machine is an ICT gadget that is used to send copies of documents from one place to another using telephone lines. It is also called a facsimile machine. Now, just think of it sending a letter instantly through a phone line. A fax machine sends documents through telephone lines fast and is also secure communication. Now, let's go through the parts of a fax machine. We have 4 parts in a fax machine. The first one is the document feeder. This is where you place the paper you want to send. The second one is the control panel. This is where you enter the phone number and also choose options. The third one is the printer and the scanner. This scans the document and also prints documents. The fourth one is the telephone line port. It connects the fax machine to the telephone line. Remember that each part has a specific job to make sending and receiving documents easy. Now, looking at the screen, you will see a pictorial representation of how a fax machine works. How you send a document using a fax machine and how the recipient also receives the document using telephone lines. So everything is well represented there. You go through it, then you press play when you are done. Going through the last image that we just watched, showing how a fax machine works. It is just simple. The processes involve this. Place the document in the document feeder. Dial the recipient fax number using the control panel. The scanner converts the document into electronic signal. This signal travels through the telephone lines to the recipient fax number machine. The recipient machine prints out the document exactly how you sent it. You see, it's like a magic, but it is just technology doing its great job. Pause this video and think. Can you imagine why this is faster than sending a letter through a post office? Press play when you are done. Now, let us check through the uses of fax machine. Fax machines are used in many places, such as offices. They are used in sending contracts and letters. It is also used in the school, sending exam questions safely. It's used in the hospital, sending patient reports quickly. Although we now have emails, fax machines are still important in places where electronic mails is not enough or for legal documents. No matter how good an ICT gadget is, it must have some advantages and some disadvantages. So let's quickly go through advantages and disadvantages of a fax machine. It sends documents quickly. It can send important legal documents very fast, and it's also easy to use. So looking at the disadvantages, it requires a telephone line. It can only send paper documents, and it's not as common today due to emails and scanners. In summary, we have learned so many things in today's topic. We have learned that a fax machine is an ICT gadget used to send copies of documents from one place to another using telephone lines. We have also learned that a fax machine are used in many places, such as offices, hospitals, and schools. There are basically four parts in a fax machine. They include document feeder, control panel, printer stroke scanner, and telephone line port. Now, quiz time. The first question, write in your notes. Where will you most likely see a fax machine? A, a classroom. B, hospital. C, a playground. 2, why do some offices still use fax machine even with the invention of email? Write in your notes and submit immediately. Press play when you are through. Now, write these questions in your notes and submit in the next class. 1. What is a fax machine? 2. Name 2 parts of a fax machine. 3. Give one advantage and one disadvantage of a fax machine. Submit in your next class. Till we meet again next time for another interesting topic. Till then, bye bye.